What's up? What's up, everyone? This is James Riddler here, and today we are playing another visual novel demo, which is My Boyfriend's a Werecat. So let's jump into it. Kind of on this visual novel thing right now, since I really can't find anything else on Steam I really want to play. Okay, Zack, you can do this. You can do this. You squirm to contain the butterflies in your belly as you continue muttering to yourself that you can do this. You approach his desk. He is working diligently as usual. You're still a bit taken aback by his new, dialed haircut. Not that it looks bad on him at all. Oh no. Far from it. You think he looks beautiful. Painfully so, in fact. You know, you look like an idiot with your mouth open like that. He looks over at you in his usual sideways glance. His ruby eyes pierce your soul, and you breathe in for the first time since approaching. Hey Spencer. Hey yourself. You gulp at his eyes, leave your body back to his computer. You busy right now? You ask in part, hoping his is having an excuse to walk away before you do something stupid. No, more busy than usual. Why? You need something? Okay, so is that the choice I'm supposed to go with? I guess I have to go with it. No, not really. On impulse, you lie. Oh, okay. That happens to you sometimes. You just blurt things out, go with your gut, make a fool of yourself. You're trying to learn to restrain yourself, to hold down your dumber impulses. But you have to be quick and diligent, idle too long, and the impulse is all you can do. You feel another impulse growing as you watch Spencer rustling his hair a bit. He seems to be stuck on some sort of coding problem. That haircut really does look good on you. Oh, thanks. Thanks again, by the way, for, helping me diet. Oh, no problem. The cyan, looks good on you. Thanks. ... You just sort of sit there in awkward silence for a minute, the only noise coming from the typing of keyboards around you. You need to stop circling around this problem. You need to say something. You need to. You sit there in more silence. Nothing happens. Nothing changes. You need to steel your resolve, hold yourself, and say what you need to say. Oh, you gotta hold that. You sit there in more silence. Nothing happens. Nothing changes. You need to steel your resolve. Okay. So, Spencer, do you like spending time with me? What? Yeah, what he said. What? Do you like spending time with me? Spencer lets out a deep sigh, which you start to read as negative. Zack, you are a slob, terribly unmotivated by anything, horribly needy sometimes, and generally incapable of acting mature on the best of days. But despite all that, yes, I do in fact like spending time with you. That's good, I guess. Honestly, the most confusing thing is why you like to spend your time around me. Because I like you? I think you're funny, you're really smart, and you're like wicked handsome, and sometimes, and lately I can't stop thinking about you, and why I do. Okay, why is this on autoplay? Stop it. Just imagine us hanging out more and just being close, cuddling. What is happening? It wasn't like this before. I go back. Was slow the text speed? No, I do. I like you too. Oh, uh, your entire body takes a second to process his answer. He likes you? Really? Oh my gosh, yes, Zack. Man, I can't believe you beat me to the confession. Sorry? Oh my gosh, don't apologize, you dork. You both just start laughing. Hey, so, what were you going to say to me for your confession? Dude, I don't know. I probably was just going to ask out to dinner or something. We could still do that. Well, if you want. That sounds nice. Without really thinking, you leap up and wrap your arms around him in glee. You feel like warmth of his skin, the tension of his muscles at first spiked by your sudden action, only to slowly ease up as he wraps his arms around you in turn. It's awkward to say the least, but it's also wonderful. The butterflies flutter and dance, escaping with each breath as you hold his embrace just a bit too long. Slowly, you remember you are both in public and you pull yourself back. Thanks. You're welcome. Spencer is still blushing profusely. Man, he is so dang cute. Spencer's eyes seem to dart away from you back to his computer before wandering back to you and blushing some more. You can keep your eyes on him for more than a few seconds either before you feel your own face flush red too. So, you have any plans tonight? Not really. So, want to go get something to eat later? I'd love to. Great. He smiles the most adorable, genuine smile you've ever seen on him. It is absolutely divine. The smile, however, leaves as quickly as it appeared as he glances back at his computer. Sorry to cut this short, but I have to get to class right now. Yeah, sure. I'll come find you or text you after class. Figure out logistics and stuff. Sounds like a plan. Later. Bye. Spencer quickly packs up his bag and runs off towards his class. As he rounds the corner out of view, the last of the butterflies inside you escapes, and the realization fully hits you. You've got a date with Spencer Walters. Giddiness washes over you as your muscles all release their tension. You didn't even realize how tense you were feeling until now. Your feelings shake as the adrenaline leaves your system. You can't help but keep smiling. He really likes me. You feel relieved in a way you hadn't really expected. The fear that you're feeling would be a return. The power Spencer unknowingly and unwillingly held over you. The power he still holds over you. But he really likes me. And you have a date with Spencer Walters. You feel so good right now. You don't even realize yourself are late for your own class. Wait. Crap. You immediately bolt up from your spot and run off. I'm going to be late. You were late to class, of course, but it didn't really matter. Teacher didn't even notice. You texted Spencer. Plans were made. Dinner at a nearby diner. Dinner was good. Great even. You and Spencer talked. First about classes, then about art, then about yourselves. With dinner done, you left the diner and kept talking all the way home. At the doors of your apartment, you invited Spencer in and talked the night away. A week later, he kissed you on the lips. As affectionate as you are, you were shy around that. A month later, you told him I love you. As verbose as Spencer is, he was super flustered around that. A year later, you two moved in together. You wanted to sooner, but Spencer was hesitant. A year later, you both graduated college. Soon after, Spencer got his dream job. You didn't. Spencer kept experimenting with his hairstyle and fashion. You didn't. Spencer quickly paid off all his debt from college. You haven't. But still, every day is wonderful. Waking up by his side. You want to wake up by his side forever. And that all leads to today. 3 years to the day since that wonderful evening, that wonderful dinner. And on this day, you are preparing a wonderful anniversary dinner with your boyfriend at home. Act 1, a not so normal day. Okay. It's a calm early autumn day. Clouds blanket the sky. The air smells of rain, and the road is littered with puddles. Your name is Zack Kuroneko. You are currently out of game groceries for your anniversary dinner with your boyfriend, Spencer. Spencer realized the two of you were short on a few key ingredients for your dessert and other general food stuff, so he asked you to head down and pick up a few things. You had made it to the store and gotten what you needed without incident, save a few light drizzles. But now the rain has stopped, leaving it a nice overcast evening. Air is still nice and wet. As you walk back to your apartment, groceries in hand, all you can think about is, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing boyfriend. Well, yeah, Spencer is your, it feels cheesy to say he's your everything, but no other words come to your mind to describe your relationship. I can't believe it's been 3 years already. Oh, but it has. And these last 3 years have been some of the best years of your life. The little contest. You probably have proposed to Spencer by now if it weren't for well, let's say you two are basically engaged already, even if it ain't official. Still, I want to get him something. It's a special day, you think, and there are so many ways you want to express that to him. And of course, there's only so many I love yous and hours of quiet cuddling you can give to convey that. Who am I kidding? No, there is. True, but still. You want to give him something. Something nice. Something special. Something that show how much you care. Sigh, but if I get him anything, he'll just get mad. You still can't believe how long it took to get him to agree to this little anniversary dinner idea. But even now, you can't help but think of more lavish things to do for him, despite how angry it makes him. But it's a happy kind of anger, the kind of anger where he can't believe how sweet a boyfriend I am. You don't think he worded it that way, of course, but you do have a point. Behind the blustering and complaining, he doesn't not like it when you treat him. And you really want to treat him, don't you? Of course you do. But you don't have anything, and you're walking home to meet him right now, groceries in hand. Besides, you don't have any idea what you'd give him if you could, so it's not like it matters. You just keep walking down the wet road, thinking about what you would do if you could. What crazy special gift you find only if. Just then, you spy a quaint old antique shop along your normal route home. You've seen the place before, nestled between a dentist's office and a local pizzeria, all part of a small chain of stores in your town. But you've never given it much thought till now. Now, your mind is reaching with ideas. You're not really into antiques at all. You're a very modern kind of guy, and all that old crap is, well, old. But Spencer loves that stuff, and there's no harm in taking a peek, would there? Well, this is probably a mistake, but let's look in the antique store. There's no harm in a little detour. With a cheeky grin, you swerve your lackadaisically walk into a slight stride as you now aim for the old shop. An old ornate silver bell rings as you open the door. There's no one else in the store. Except a girl behind the counter. I don't know why it says save a girl. She gives you a passing glance as the door shuts behind you, but quickly returns her eyes to the phone she's holding. The store itself is nicely quaint, only about 4 aisles wide and packed to the brim with what you can only describe as junk. Really old junk at that. There a big grandfather clock, needless to remind you of every second disappearing while you're in here, and a large metal basin with incense smoking coming out of it. The floor is covered in a thin layer of fog, obscuring things slightly. Either there's a fog machine hidden in here, or that's a lot of incense. Either way, you can't stay long. You don't want Spencer to worry. You decide to start roaming down the aisles of the store, looking for something that's mountain junk that Spencer would like. There's tons of stuff here. There was the big old grandfather clock in the front, always a classic. There's some old, vaguely disturbing paintings, that's fun. Oh, and there's creepy dolls, wonderful. You're beginning to regret your decision to come in here. The further back you went in the store, the more and more of the things around seemed like terrible gift options. It was around the ornate silver mirror in the very bag, so coated in dirt that your reflection was near non-existent, that you decided to call. Spencer wouldn't like any of this, but it was on your way out that you spotted the perfect thing you were looking for. On a top shelf, amidst a row of hand-sized stone idols, there was one idol that stood out, at least to you. It was a small stone carving of a cat with shining gold earrings. The idol seems to be a fancy earring holder to those stunning, elegant earrings. Those earrings, simple, elegant, classy, and old. Spencer would love them. And that holder, cute, cheesy, small, and shaped like a cat. You'd love it. Yes, that's definitely present for Spencer. You instinctively started to reach for the idol, but the clear size difference stops you, and you realize it is on the very top shelf. No, you're not a tall person. You're not even average height. You're definitely very short. And that's okay. It's not like you've been teased about it constantly. It's not like you've been treated differently for it. It's not like you naturally be fine with your height if everyone didn't constantly make a big deal out of it or anything. But it's okay. You just go ask the girl behind the counter to get it for you. It's okay. I mean, that's her job. I mean, she should have like a step ladder or something. You calm yourself as you walk towards the counter for some vertical assistance. Capture girl is right where she was before playing on her phone. Found what you were looking for? Yep, a pair of plain gold earrings and a cat-shaped ring holder. Okay. The clerk looks me over, explaining for a second. Where is it? Oh, it's on the top shelf of that aisle over there. Point out the aisle in question. I, can't reach it. Oh yeah, too short, huh? Yeah. 1 sec then. She puts the phone down and hops over the counter. It's about now you realize there's no other way behind that counter. When she lands back down on the side, you realize she must have been standing on some stool or something back there because she is only slightly taller than you are. Stay right there. I'll be right back. And like that, she disappears into the aisle while you wait. You put your grocery bag down and pull out your wallet. You're not exactly sure how much it costs. Actually, I'm not sure how much anything costs in here. Outside of the gum listed bully at 5 cents a piece, nothing in the store has a price tag. You look at the trinkets behind the glass, but see no price listings, any of them. You look around the grandfather clock and still fail to find any tag. You examine the incense basin for any such capitalist possibilities, but no avail. As you examine the basin, you realize how very strange it actually is. The smoke pouring out of it is so thick as to cover most of the store's floor. Inside is a strange blue-black, bubbly, rocky-looking thing with what looks like a light blue fire on it. You lift the basin. Ah! Large puff of the incense blows out of the opening you made, smacking you right in the face, assaulting your senses. It smells of lavender and some spices, and you're not sure what else. The large whiff of it you took made you feel fair, woozy near it immediately. Incense and the like always got to you quickly. Cough once or twice as the cashier girl returns. You okay? You pick your groceries back up and you huff out smoke around you. Yeah, the incense in here really don't agree with me. Oh yeah, you get used to it after a while. Anyway, got the thing, so let me ring you up. Clerk hops over the glass counter and immediately gets to work. She presses a few buttons on the cash register without even examining or scanning the idol. That'd be $13.50. You're mildly impressed. How do you know how much it costs? You start pulling out the bills. You didn't even scan it. Oh, I just make the prices up. Kidding. She chuckles, tapping on her head and nabbing your bills. Hey, want any gum? Oh, You look down at the box of gum with this 5-cent sign on it. You feel a dull impulse to grab some gum, building over you. No thanks. You resist the simple temptation of counter snacks. You're having dinner when you get home anyways. No thanks. Okay, here's your change. Have a nice day. She waves you off, pulling out her phone back out, return to the post she had when you walked in. You exit the strange house of antiques, the chime of that old silver bell sticking with you as you walk away. You examine the gift you bought in more detail. Rings are simple, basic gold earrings, although their glimmer enchants you. Stone isle holding the rings themselves is basic too. Its shape is that of a cat. It's simple yet elegant craftsmanship surprises you, giving you assume it's from China or something. You imagine Spencer wearing these gold rings and he looks beautiful. Now, he always looks beautiful to you, so the earrings really wouldn't make a difference. But his expression you're picturing wearing them makes him look divine. You chuck. If he heard you describe him in any such terms, he called you ridiculous romantic. Actually, he probably called you a lot of things, blushing all the while. If it wasn't clear, you're ridiculously in love with him. Still, you look back at the cat aisle holding these earrings. You cannot imagine showing Spencer this in full without him making some embarrassing comment on the shape of the ring holder. He's going to say something, you just know it, and you're not sure you want to deal with that today. In fact, nah, it'd be fine, you think. You plop the statue in the grocery bag, grinning like a fool while your mind wanders. If Spencer makes any comment of hesitation on the ring holder, you'll just tell him it's cute, because it is. It's a cute little cat ornament. You actually really like cats. You brought up the idea of getting a pet cat to Spencer on more than one occasion, but Spencer has always been hesitant about the idea. Spencer being hesitant about something, I suggest, is his default reaction. He's very cautious, and very wound up, and very high-strung. He's basically always been that way. Yep, ever since you first met him, Spencer has been a cautious, wound-up, high-strung kind of guy. Actually, no, you take that back. He was way more high-strung when you first met him. Like, wow, you remember being assigned him as your roommate back in freshman year of college. He was borderline unbearable then. Everything had to be neatly controlled, properly placed, and spotless clean, and he had no sense of humor. Of course, you weren't much better back then. Calling yourself a slob would have been an insult to slobs. Everything was a joke to you back then, even when it really shouldn't have been. You honestly wonder how you survived freshman year, not taking care of yourself as well as you do now, with Spencer's help, of course. That's one of the reasons me and him work. I think we balance each other out, though not really when we first met. No, when you first met, you dare say you two couldn't stand each other. It took a few years of our growing, maturing, and you two being inextricably in each other's orbits constantly before you two really clicked. But man, when we did click, we clicked. Know what I mean? You say that like there's someone around you who could respond, but there isn't. And you don't even know what you mean. You just kind of say things sometimes without really thinking, especially when you're alone with your thoughts like you are right now. Yeah, I do that a lot. But yes, you and Spencer are now, according to what some outside observers have told you, the perfect couple. Honestly, I just think we're a pretty normal couple. Honestly, I just think we're pretty supportive, functional, and loving, no more, no less. Forgot affectionate. You especially are very affectionate. Maybe that's why people have that perception of you two. You shrug. It doesn't really matter to matter to you and Spencer, just that you're with him. And with every step forward you get near to him, you can in fact see your apartment come into view. You continue thinking to yourself about Spencer as you make your way even closer to him. And in no time you are at the door to your apartment. Yo, Spence, I'm home. You flick off your shoes. As you shuffle into your apartment, the sounds of cooking just around the corner. I'm in the kitchen. He's probably already started making something. He sounds slightly anxious. You make your way over there, grocery bags in hand. You make sure to quickly nab the cat aisle statue from the grocery bag and stash it in the living room dresser. In the kitchen, you see your boyfriend, Spencer. You were correct in an assumption he was chopping up some veggies. Here's the stuff. You place the bags next to him on the counter. He reaches over the bags and leans over to you. His lips met yours for only a brief second as he did. It's nothing special, nothing you haven't received before or received for less. But it made you smile nonetheless. Thanks. He starts pulling the groceries out of their bags, so you just stare at him for a while as he works. His movement deliberate and swift, his eyes trained solely on his current task. Spencer can get pretty hyper-focused on a task if you let him, which you often do. His simple action is paired with the sound of crinkling bags and shopping vegetables. Oh my gosh, dude. He shoves you slightly. He must have realized you were staring at him with a derpy grin on your face. You're such a dork. Go get cleaned up and come back and help me make this stuff. Okay? You chuckle as you leave that simple slice of heaven. You walk off towards the bathroom. Your apartment is a pretty small affair. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a living room, and a connected kitchen. That sounds pretty big. Entrance goes to the living room, and from there's a hallway leading to the 2 bedrooms and the bathrooms. Well, say 2 bedrooms because that was technically what the apartment was listed under when you leased it. You and Spencer share a bedroom, so the other one is Spencer and yours workroom. It's got Spencer's work desk and your gaming rig and such. You go into the bathroom, switching the lights on, and proceed to freshen yourself up. You wash your hands and face, take a leak, the works. You know only on a passing near subconscious level that the running water tingled against your skin slightly. Once you have finished your business in the bathroom, you quickly exit the bathroom and make your way to the kitchen to have Spencer set up. Guys really aren't doing anything super special for your anniversary. Simple meal at home, eating together, maybe watch a movie and cuddle. Definitely cuddle. Reasons for such a small event is partly because Spencer can get pretty shy on the PDA and you're a very affectionate little goober. Other reason is because you two are already planning to head out to a big party of friends holding tomorrow night. No need for 2 wild nights in a row. You get to the kitchen and see Spencer is mostly done with the sides and main dish and start making the dessert while the main meal is in the oven. For dessert, Spencer is trying his hand at baking again. Oh boy, Spencer not an expert baker by any means. He's very much a cooking is a science kind of guy, which means whenever he picks up a new thing to make, it's inevitably crap. But he's always tries and always gets better. You walk up behind him and smoothly slip your arms around his waist. You look over his shoulder, or more besides, due to the high difference, and see he's making a small strawberry shortcake. Your favorite, and once Spencer's done plenty of times before, so the screw up ratio at this point is pretty low. 2 eggs? He mutters, his eyes never leaving the recipe book. You know, Spencer asks you to help him, but really all you do for him is grab stuff and hand it to him. Like now, you reach over, hand him the eggs before returning to the waist-wrapped position. Close your eyes and listen to the sounds of baking and feel the warmth of his skin. Another part of Spencer's being a cooking and science is he becomes a comical perfectionist over cooking once he starts, and you are not. He tried to teach you to cook something once, but he got so infuriated with your ignoring the instructions that he took over halfway. Now, if you ever cook, Spencer's got to be out of the room. You hear a small chain of cracks, eggs into the bowl, then the swift rhythm of Spencer stirring. In no time, the oven rings, signaling the main feast is ready. With the food all ready, you grab out first portions and sat down at your kitchen table. Spencer sitting across from you. The main meal was a nicely roasted ham with a side salad dish. Spencer put quite a lot of work into it and a glass of milk because you just wanted something creamy right now. You take a big bite into your portion of ham. So how's your day been? Good. Stressful, but good. Spencer cuts a clean slice of his ham and next gobbles it up. They're finally handing me some actual responsibilities now. You finish a sip of your milk. Geez, only now. You've only been there for like half a year now. Spencer shrugs as he works on dividing his next slice of ham. I'm a new hire. They don't expect me to be useful till a full year there. You stab your fork into the mass of meat on your plate. Well, they're dumb. They don't know what a treasure they got on their hands with you. Spencer heavily swallows his last bite. Man, he is so easy to fluster. You'd think it'd be annoying if I weren't cute. Still, probably best to change the subject. So you're looking forward to Rose's party tomorrow? You rip off another chunk of ham to chew on. Spencer just shrugs. It'd be good to catch up with her. I'm looking forward to that. You look down the glass of milk you poured. And any other old friends from college she invited. Spencer forked some of his greens. Hey, Zack, you see her more regularly now at work. Did she mention how many people she's inviting and who? It hasn't came up, though I don't see it being that big a party, knowing Rosa. Kent will be the center of attention in the crowd. You get up to pour yourself some more milk. Fair guess, I suppose. You plop back down with the second glass. Besides, even if she does invite the entire town or whatever, you and I can just go find a room to ourselves. We can just chat the night away, goof off and laugh, get on the roof, stare at the stars till morning. Spencer chuckles at you. Grandiosity. Hey, yeah. Or, we could just leave. You take another bite of your ham. Well, yeah, but that doesn't sound as romantic. Fair. You scarf down the rest of your ham and get another portion. So how about you? How was your day? Work. Kinda boring. Kinda still hate it. The usual. Spencer sighs. You both long gone over your woes in the working world. I'm sorry you hate it. Spence, don't be like that. It ain't your fault. I'm the idiot who can't say no. You're right. Today was supposed to be your day off, but when they asked if you could pick up someone's shift today, like a moron, you said yes. So stupid. But you quickly try to move on from that before it brings the mood down. Besides, it wasn't all bad. One of the customers had a cute corgi today. That's cute. Yeah. Speaking of cute, I saw this small antique shop on my way back from the store that I think you really like. Oh, really? Where? Down by Jamie's Pizza Place on the other side of the park. Huh. How I've never noticed it then. I don't know. Maybe it's new. Did it look new? Spence, it's an antique shop. It can't look new. Spencer just gives you a look that says, you know what? Well, I guess we'll have to check it out sometime. Sure, man. You consciously do not tell Spencer you already checked it out. That ruined the surprise for later. Around your third portion of ham and fifth glass of milk, call the dinner proper done. You ate with a ravenous appetite you usually only get when you haven't eaten all day. Haven't finished the main course, you get up to top it off with another glass of milk. You clunk down your latest glass before you even sit back down, to Spencer's shock. Geez, we're going to run out of milk at this rate. Yeah, no, we already did. That was the last of the carton in there. Well, great. We have to pick up another one after our run tomorrow. Okay. You and Spencer go on a morning run most days to stay in shape. Spencer's idea, of course, but you don't mind 9 times out of 10. Plus, it means you don't have to feel bad when you eat stuff like that strawberry shortcake Spencer made for dessert. Speaking of which, okay, dessert time. Well, I think I would have saved the milk for the dessert. Bounce up from the table and towards the cake. Spencer shoots a suspicious look at you before examining your totally finished meal. Zack, you barely touched the salad I made. What can I say? I'm a carnivore. You begin to slice the tantalizing strawberry shortcake Spencer made. Zack, no. You freeze. You're not getting a slice of cake till you're done with the entire meal. Aw, but Mom. Spencer stares you down. He is being dead serious and is seriously not amused by your retort. Seriously. Zack, just sit down and eat the salad. You decide to. Now, we'll be a nice boyfriend. We'll eat the salad. And that is taking a long time to do. The heavy sigh, you slice down, your shoulders slump as you go for a few and just further. Was I not supposed to eat the salad? What the? Are you serious? Okay, it's like the game froze for some reason. Oh, stop being overdramatic. Just eat your veggies, and then we can have cake. Okay, jeez. You plop it back down dejected. You pick up your fork and run through the small forest of vegetables in front of you. You really don't want to eat this stuff. You feel a slight kick on your legs. Oh, come on, you big baby. Spencer shoots you a glance as you feel his leg press upon yours. Your lip curls slightly. Slowly, you stab your fork through a chunk of greens and slowly raise it to your mouth. You really don't want to do this. You sniff your food and your stomach curls. Take a nibble, then a bite, then you just shove it in your mouth and swallow. Tastes awful, which is unusual. Spencer's salads were never your favorite dish, but never had this much of an issue stomaching it. Another bite and another. Kept your face still and focused on Spencer. He had gotten up and prepared the cake for when you were done. Yes, the cake. We'll get the cake after this. The nice fluffy cake. One of these crinkled leaves were gone. In one fine gulp, you finished the salad. Done. Perfect timing. Spencer sits down with 2 slices of cake. He slices you one. You don't feel all too hungry, but after one bite of the cake, boy does that feeling fade. The cake is delicious and well worth the disgusting salad. Spencer smiles. He knows he's won this one. After having finished your meal, you plop on the living room couch. Spencer is still cleaning the dishes in the kitchen. You probably should be over there helping him, but profound lethargy has got to you now. Guilt of social responsibilities cannot overcome such profound. Then again, guilt of social responsibilities has always been a weak motivator for you. Something Spencer knows all too well, unfortunately. Or Spencer also knows your desire for affection is strong and would be leveraging it about out now if it really wanted you to do the dishes. He likes doing the dishes for some reason, weirdo. But speaking of desire of affection, your constant low-key need to cuddle your boyfriend is slowly flaring into a much more high-key need. Excuse me. What should you do about that? You wait. Honestly, you probably feel a little bit guilty, especially since you left him to do the dishes. You feel like you were using him. You hate feelings like you're using him. So instead, you wait. You close your eyes and focus on what you're hearing around you. You hear the kitchen sink running. You hear water hitting the dishes. You hear Spencer's movements as he washes them. You hear the last chirp of the birds outside as the late August sun slowly sets. You hear the droplets of loose water begin to fall outside. It's supposed to rain all night tomorrow. You hear the creak of the faucet and the shuffling of footsteps growing closer. You feel a thud as a large warm weight lies atop you. You feel the slight stabbing of glass into your chest. What? You open your eyes to see Spencer laying upon you, his eyes staring directly into yours. Hey. You weren't sure who moved first, but lips met all the same. They met only for a moment. It was sweet and sugary from the cake you shared. You both giggled right after, like it was your first kiss all over again. And for a moment, that's all there is in your world. You sit in each other's warm silence for a time that could have gone on forever for how much you could care. Wow, you're hot. Aw, you're beautiful too, Spence. Ah, thanks, but that's not what I meant, you dummy. You're like really burning up. You both sit as he puts his hands on your forehead, then pulls it back. Crap, are you getting a fever? Weird. You put the back of your hand on your forehead. I don't feel sick. You can't check your own temperature like that, you dumbbell. But his laughter doesn't last long. He mumbles to himself. Hope you're not coming down with something serious. We got Rosa's party tomorrow. You laid in your embrace, thinking your arm slowly going up and down his body. And if you're sick, I'm probably already sick too. Told you, I feel fine. You hushed by a finger on your lips. I'm going to get some cold pills. He caresses your face for a second before getting up. You feel an extreme chill at the lack of his body heat. Crap, maybe you were getting sick. Your eyes just kind of wander around the room as you wait, spying the cat aisle you purchased. Crap, you had completely forgotten. You casually get up and place the aisle dead center of the coffee table before resuming your laid-back posture. Spencer will be sure to notice it upon his return. You huff in minor boredom. You close your eyes and wait. It's no time. You hear Spencer's gait as he walks back into the room and plops onto your belly. Oof. Here, take this. Spencer ignores your joke and cry of pain and holds out his hands and one cold pill and the other a glass of water. Without a word, you grab the pill and cup him down the pill like it was nothing. That's done. You place the cup on the coffee table and pull Spencer down so that he's laying down on top of you once again. You see Spencer eyeing the gift on the table next to the water. What are those?
Oh, you know, just something. Spencer reaches over and picks up the statue, doubling as a ring holder for his new earrings, and looks at it closely. Zack, you shouldn't have. Oh, come on, Spence. I just want to get you a little something. No, seriously, Zack, you shouldn't have. We promise. You can see Spencer's gears turning, trying to think of something to give you in return. Spence, come on. You pull him in closer, holding him in your embrace. It was just a little impulse buy while I was getting the groceries. How much? Huh? How much did it cost you? He still got his gears turning. Like $10 or something? $10? Really? Spencer looks at the earrings in shock. These look rather fancy for $10. I know, right? I got them at the antique place I mentioned. May have gone in and took a little look around. And you got some cheesy cat eye with some neat rings on it. Oh, shut up. It's adorable. Tying your grip around him. And I'm sure they'll look great on you, too. Spencer blushes. He tries his dangest to not look you in the eyes. Still, you really shouldn't have gotten me anything. Then don't think of it as a gift for you. Grab the gift from his hands. Think of it as a gift for me. Grab the idol and place it back where it was on the table. I want to treat you, Spence. You mean so much to me, and I'm always wanting to give you stuff to show you that. But Zack blends his face in your chest, his face red. And Spence said, no, you don't like it. I see you trying to think what you can get to astound me for $10. Feel him dig his face deeper in what little skin you have getting redder. But you don't gotta see this as some debt you need to pay, or that I will love you less if you don't. You start caressing his head. I love you, Spencer. And I want to say that in any way I can. He sighs a deep, resigned sigh and lifts his face back into the open air. I don't deserve you. You pick his head up. Yeah, you do. Spencer leans in for a kiss. Yeah. And trust me, you'll love my gift just as much as I love yours. Spencer. You start to protest before Spencer leans in another kiss to shut you up. Making out is Spencer's preferred way to end a debate. He's losing it. Can't say you mind it all that much. So, where were we? You pull in Spencer for some Eskimo kisses, your eyes waverly staring at his. Hey, hey. You both chuckle a little as he kisses his way down to your collar, gently and lightly. You nuzzle your head there till you're comfortable. Close your eyes and simply absorb the feeling around you. Feel your shirts pressing up against each other. The feeling of his fingers lightly gliding through your hair. The feeling of his heartbeat on your ear. You wish in that moment that this was all there was to your life. This pure, quiet bliss is tilted by Spencer speaking as softly as he can. Want to put something on? Nah. Okay. He plays with your hair a bit more. You can feel his eyes on you, cooking up and down your tangled shape as you lay together. Feel his heart fluttering slightly as he thinks you grin the most obnoxious happy grin you can muster, but then he stops and you feel his warmth disappear as he sits up. Hey, Zack. Yeah, Spence. I'm sorry. You see his eyes wandering away, feelings of fear and hurting flicker in the sight glimpse you get when it pulls back to yours. You stir his nose and ears further around his frame. What's wrong, Spence? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm like this. You're just too good to me, and I'm just constant. Still trapped in my head because I'm sorry I can't always be the way you want me to be. You cut him off. Kissing won't do that, it turns out. Pull away and look into his eyes so deeply rooted. How you love to get lost in there forever. It's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. You don't have to be perfect for me to love you, Spence. Or even to deserve that love, because I do love you. You know that. I love just being here with you. I love this. I love yesterday, and I love tomorrow, and every day I'm still with you. I love when we talk. I love when we walk. I love it when we fight because I know we both care about each other so much. I know how part of that scares you or hurts you in the same way. I know it makes you afraid because sometimes it scares me too. But I don't care, Spence, because, Spencer, I love you. You continue to stare in his eyes, not a shred of embarrassment holds you down. His fear dims and fades slowly, replaced with bubbly laughter. Oh my gosh, you're such a cheeseball. And I'm your cheeseball. Wrap around him tightly in a smiling bear hug, the laughter infecting you. He hugs back as equally ferocity. You're both a tangled ball of laughter and cheese, and as you quickly slide back into the silent bliss of affection, before the quiet completely consumes you both again, Spencer whispers to you. Hey Zack. Yeah, Spence. Never change. Okay. After a couple hours of cuddling and talking in a cupboard lightly making out, you and Spencer prepare to head off to bed. To those that don't know you two that well, they think you are a very sexually active couple just based on how physical you two tend to be. Well, how physical you tended to be. But despite how physical your relationship is, you two have never actually had sex. It's because you're both asexual. Well, you're asexual at least. No clue on Spencer's deal, but he's never expressed an interest in that kind of stuff. Not with you, at least. Spencer gets really touchy about his past relationships. No, scratch that. Spencer gets really touchy about the past in general. You've learned that. Anything past your freshman year in college, he will almost never get into. There are boundaries to your relationship, and you respect that. Still, there is always a niggling fear from time to time. A fear you might be pushing his boundaries too far, and he's not telling you that he's severed just to make you happy. It scares you. A few years ago, it'd be all-consuming terror, but now it's just an occasional worry. Now it's just something you'll whisper in the middle of the night, and for him to silently kiss that worry away. Zack? You're snapped out of your internal monologuing by Spencer calling your name from the bathroom. Zack, we need to check your fever. Okay. You leisurely glide into the bathroom where Spencer is messing with one of those fever checker things you don't know the specific name of. Don't really feel any different from earlier, so I don't see the point, but whatever. Yeah, don't care. Spencer sticks the fever checker device thing a jig in your ear and it beeps. Yeah, you still have a slight fever. It's gone down a bit though, so that's good. See, I told you, I'm fine. Spencer just keeps looking at you, worry in his eyes. You would tell him not to worry, but you both know that cannot be done. Come on, it's time for cuddling round 2. You mean going to bed? That's what I said. Spencer stifles a laugh as he rolls his eyes. Push your two beds together so that tonight you can fall asleep in each other's arms. You hop under the sheets first, Spencer coming in only about 30 seconds later. Together you continue where you left off on the couch, only quieter, slower. You whisper your thoughts to each other as they start to unform. You have a pleasant rest. You do not have a pleasant rest. I'm sure you do at first, for like an hour or so, but eventually your fever worsens. You turn slightly under the sheets and your whole body aches in response. Your limbs are sore, it's too hot, you are drenched in sweat, and your face itches. You definitely feel like you have a fever now. As you belabor and toss and turn, you glance at the clock. It's 3:31. When did Spencer make you take that medicine? You probably should take some more, but moving it hurts so much. Summon up all the inner strength you can master and try to push yourself out of the cocoon of cloth, letting yourself free. Only slightly you feel the temperature around you plummet. Chill of cold night air saps what little energy you had left and fall back into the damp Zack-shaped mold in the bed. It feels gross. You feel gross. You rock back and forth in your bed. You can't think straight. Between the fatigue and the fever, your mind blurs. Suddenly you're up, stumbling out of the hall towards your bathroom. Medicine? Need medicine. You're still in the dark until you are in front of the mirror medicine cabinet. Through the haze and darkness, you stare at your reflection. You flick the lights, wincing as the brightness fills your briefly blinded vision. Medicine should be in here. Your sight darts all across the cabinet, and your jaw hurts and your face itches. It's got to be here somewhere. Out there it is. Taking that. You quickly pop the cold pills with the fervor matching your fever, and then slam the cabin door shut. What? Your reflection. It looks wrong somehow. What the? Your sideburns seem to have exploded in size on the sides of your face and on your lip. Thick white hairs hang. Your ears have been stretched. The pupil of your eyes are dilated and reflecting the lights into the mirror. With your mouth agape, you spy some longer than normal canines. Notice you had put your hand up upon the mirror and you're shocked, though you don't remember moving at all. Your hand pulls away and you gaze at its detail. Your nails had sharpened considering and had begun to curve it ever so lightly. Your hand was also covered in the same fuzz as your face. Parts of your palm had puffed up and began to turn pinkish. You try to move your digits to further take in what you're saying, but the mental input never seems to reach your hand. Instead, you move your hand to your face, pulling back to your strange reflection. You don't feel it, but you know your hand feels softer, like a message passed second. You feel like time itself is slipping past you as you become trapped in a singular moment. And then, it breaks. Your hand once again moves as you open your mouth as wide as you can to get a look at what has happened to your teeth. These small bones have more sharpened overall, though not uniformly as of yet. While your front teeth are a tad sharper, they still look like normal teeth, which can't say for the rest. Your canines stand longer and hung to the point they could easily break your skin. And the teeth behind that have followed suit in a razor-lined mess. Man, your dentist is going to have a field day with you. Examine your mouth, you realize how dry it is and how weird your tongue feels when you touch your teeth. That's why I was drinking so much milk. Sticking it out, you see a series of problems. For one, it's longer than it should be, and for another, it's dry and covered in hair-like bumps. While you tell your body to move it, the act feels disconnected, like it moves on its own, with muscles that simply shouldn't be. Licking your lips, it feels like soft sandpaper, and you feel the tug of the tongue itself perfectly clear, sending a jolt to your brain. Cold realization that this is real. This is really happening. You're really turning into a Werecat? Really? You always laugh at the ludicrousness of your own reflection. This can't be serious. But as your vision lingers, the haze around your mind dissipates and panic sets in. This is some joke, right? Haha, very funny, Spence. You can come take the stuff off me. Meow. Spence? But Spencer never appears. You start to shake in fear and anticipation. Your breath grows heavy. You try to run, to move, to be anywhere but there. But you can't. Your legs won't listen, and you feel trapped in a sweat sarcophagus. Try to scream, but nothing comes out. And then the pain appears, like a wave surging through you, and acute pain swells up and down your body. Your limbs are screaming in a crackling rage. Your chest constricts and ties onto itself. You feel like you're going to throw up. You dry heave into the sink. The faucet, still running with water, fills the air over your silent screams. Suddenly, your body remembers gravity exists, and you collapse. You catch yourself on the edge of the counter. Your leg have given away. You don't feel you can hold on forever. You realize, screwed, and let go over your grip on the table. Likely it would have been better to slowly place yourself on the ground rather than just drop, but your headspace currently lacks room for much. You don't feel fed or laying, but you are splayed on the ground, motionless. Shock runs through your system as your recollection of your senses up between the waves of pain. You wince, opening your eyes to see your legs splayed out with the peak of the pain being there. Your legs begin to shake as your pain pauses through them, demanding they change shape. Your senses focus as you see your feet pop and twist. Your leg muscles tighten into a crackling confrontation. Seething soreness stretches your feet past their length. Some parts swell as other parts shrink, and they reshape themselves. Fur continues to sprout over them as they morph. It's no time. Your legs look more like hind legs of an animal than anything once or currently human. Uneven, breathless take your nose as you feel the waves of pain pull back like waves on a shoreline, preparing for the big one. This can't be real. But it is. It is your reality, and your mind cannot think to face it. No! Wiggling your toes and seeing the claws follow suit sends surges to overheat your already fever-baked brain. The sensation, however real it is, feels unreal to you, like a dream. So it's dropped. However, when you feel inside yourself something stirring, the reprieve, however short, ends as the pain. Get off your back. Get off your back. Get off your back. Flip over in a hard switch, catching yourself on your beastly hands and knees. You want to scream, but all that comes out is a dry heave. Several audible cracks pierce the silence as your spine bends. You feel your pajama shirt tighten around your chest, each vertebrae tugging on the cloth like a time bomb towards an inevitable conclusion. Pop, pop, pop. Spine pops and pulls until it reaches your waist. Feels like it should end at any moment, only to continue pushing and pulling. Pop, pull, pop, pull, pop, pull. You feel amidst the blaring waves of pain from all over your body, a new sensation. One indescribable wind placed around all the pain. Your chest is sore, your arms are sore, your face is sore, your legs. Between your legs you feel it now, the popping of your spine that has now and continue past it. Pop, pull, pop. Your brain fries as it tries to process the phantom sensations running down your spine. Pulls and pushes, clothes tightening around you as you burn up. Sensation and pull cloth on skin and fur sizzles your head as you try to straighten yourself to be free of it all. Pull, push, snap, and you're squirming. The bundle of sensations is freed by an imp. Then you feel something brush the side of your leg. His tail. Feel your lower spine brush up against something as well. This incongruity stands like a tall snail in the bed of spikes. You look down to see what could possibly be creating this surreal feeling in this maelstrom of pain. You see your legs, your new hind legs. You see a long curled line of fur bent and rubbing up one of your legs. Your brain tells you that puff of air is part of you. That is, it's your spine extended. You don't believe it. As in response, it pulls away from your legs and past what you can see. You feel your spine stretched to completion. Muscles you don't remember having straightened it out behind you. You feel it's the pain from the rest of your cries out for your attention. Your grip on it loosens and you feel it curl again. Tot, tot. You're strained to mutter its name as your mind begins to wrap around what the feeling is. You have grown a Your stomach rolls as you heave up air and spit once more. Your spine and its extension stretch and strain as the pain moves to your chest and head. Lungs trapped in a voice grip and breathing halted. You feel choked by your shirt as your chest oscillates between unnatural contractions and inhuman expansion. One moment it is too tight as the popping and swelling double your chest size. The next, the shirt feels just slightly looser, but now pressing down on all the fur. The cold sweat from your fever has now fully been replaced with an unholy heat from the hair you are sprouting. Your jaw starts to numb. You feel your face burst out in what feels like hives, but you know it to be hairs. The itching and sprouting of pores that your mouth is forced open as you feel large cracks and pulses pushing your face away from your body. Shoulders pop and tighten only to naturally lighten. Your hips twitch and snap only to grow in girth. Everything feels lighter. Is he just turning into a cat? I thought he was still going to be like part human, part cat. Everything feels lighter around you as your chest continues to dance and your head pressed into invisible molds. Pop, compress, expand. Pop, compress, expand. Each time rounder than, not louder than the last. Your heart felt like it was a chain of explosions, and the rest of your innards were spinning in nausea. And then the pain, like waves, recede for a brief respite, and the final push builds within. You can feel it bubbling inside you in some unnatural pit below your skin. As it rose, a sound finally escapes your throat. Like a bubble quickly flowing to the surface, the painful force of change shoots up your throat as you yell. Hey, he turned into a freaking cat. You hold still for a minute. Your body is sore all over. And worse, your body is. Exhaustion hits, and then you fall. Everything blurs. Your vision fades. Your mind has finally given up on even registering the pain. All of your human senses are shutting off, being replaced by beastly variants. All while a dull ring fills the void where screams would be. You don't know how long you've laid there, but eventually you open your eyes. On your hands and legs, now all interchangeable paws of an animal, you push yourself off the ground. At some point, you must have scrummed out your clothes as they lay nearby shredded. Dull ring fades as the sounds of the faucets running water returns. The transformation is complete, and your humanity is all but gone. You feel your mind begin to retreat inwards as some other, more primal mind takes the wheel. But before your human thoughts vanish completely, they are pulled from the brink by a single sound. Zack! You hear a voice from down the hall as Spencer. He sounds still half asleep and still unaware of the monster you become. You must have woken him with the last roar. Zack, where are you? Zack! You hear him wrestling in your bed. You hear his voice getting closer. Your mind, unfocused and hazed by your state of being, begins to panic, and you now run towards him. You run towards Spencer's voice. You freaking out, shivering. Spencer, you think Spencer will know what to do? Run and run down the hallway. Zack! Coming, Spence. You think his voice is getting closer. I'm coming. Zack! Is this a dream? Huh? You wake up. Smack. Right as you fall out of bed. Ah! Sound of maniacal laughter drags you from your hazy rest. Where am I? Wait, what? No, I recognize this place. I'm at. Wee, Zack! Ha 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 ha. Hi, Rosa. You're in Rosa's clinic? What? Didn't he just wake up? Welcome to Rosa's Vet Visitation, clinic beyond the fourth wall, where all cute cats like you go when they meet an early end. Early end? You mean I'm dead? What? No, Zack, you're not dead. I'm not even sure you can die in this story. Phew, that's a relief. But wait, if then I'm not dead, what did you mean by early end, and why am I a cat? Silly Zack, you're always a cat here. As for the early end I mentioned, that's simple. I meant an early narrative end. Basically, you ended up doing something that made the narrative break down so it couldn't continue. Usually, it's because you end up turning into a cat when you shouldn't. Well, sorry, I don't know how to control this. And that's where I come in, giving you hints and info so you can go back and progress with the story proper. All wrapped up in a non-diegetic comedy interlude. Doesn't that sound fun? I'm taking that as a yes. Anyway, this is our special 0th edition of Rosa's Vet Visitations. 0th edition? Rosa, why are you starting the count with 0? What are you, a computer? What? No. That's an idea I adapt from comic books. Sometimes in comics they release a special 0 issue, usually acting as a prologue or giving just some background info on stuff. And the reason why this is 0th issue is the same reason why you arrived here, through no fault of your own. That reason is it obvious? The demo's over. Wait, what? Yep, congrats. You finished the demo of my boyfriend's Werecat. Oh, okay. So what am I supposed to do to make the narrative continue? I don't know. Wait, most likely. The main game is not finished, so there's not much we can do until it's done. Whatever that be. I mean, you could restart the demo all over and experiment with your actions and see what outcomes change. Get those CGs you're missing, you know? It's not going to be too much of a difference in the grand scheme of things, but I will give you a hint. Your first choice of the act might just be the most important, and that's my professional advice on that. I guess that's pretty simple advice. So am I supposed to restart the story all over if I make a mistake like this? Normally, no. We have a special inbuilt function specially designed to make your read traversely through the narrative easier. You notice the scene map option on the pause menu. Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. So what exactly does it do? It takes you back to any previous scene you've seen, complete with all the choices you made up till then. Not sure what choices are in play at any point. The status page on the pause menu will list those out for you. Awesome. So Zach, you think you're all set to get going? I actually have one last question, then I'm good. Okay, shoot. Rosa, why exactly are you here? Why, I'm the host. It's called Rosa's Visitations after all. It'd be weird if I wasn't here. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, the player hasn't met you in the narrative, so why are we meeting you here first? Look, this game only has 4 named characters, and all of them, I'm the only one who doesn't appear in any of the demo scenes. I just want to be a part of the events too, you know? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And am I supposed if the feature in the main game we want to preview in the demo too? Yeah, that too. Anyway, we should probably wrap things up. We've kept the player here long enough. Actually, Rosa, do you mind if I do a farewell myself? Sure. After all, I need to prepare for my actual introduction. See you then. Mahahaha. Sigh. That girl's handful sometimes. Still, she's a good friend. And also, that is a weird way to greet. Thank you for playing the demo of my boyfriend's Werecat. If you like the game and want to help see it completion, consider donating to our Patreon. You'll be able to see more behind the scenes development of the game, even play further developed builds of the story, and be part of the process. We hope you were entertained by the domestic silliness of my life, and we love to see you again when the full game is complete. Till then, you know, now. So that was my boyfriend's a Werecat. So, not really understanding why he turned into a cat. Why he was the only one that turned into a cat. Because, like, you know, the storekeeper would have touched the statue. She never turned into it. The boyfriend would have touched it, I'm assuming. So, not really understanding why he's the only one that would have turned into a cat. And I was expecting like a Werecat, not, you know, where he turns into a fully fledged cat, but just like part of a cat. But anyways, not bad. It was a little silly. A little different than the last 2 visual novels I did. They were a little bit darker. But I liked it. A little long. I mean, it was an hour for the demo. So, I don't know how long the full game would be, but if you liked it, if you want to see me play more visual novel games, make sure tell me down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. And I will